Special counsel Robert Mueller is now turning his attention towards Donald Trump and his immediate associates. Now, this is interesting because this goes beyond what they were actually, or what the investigation was actually doing before. Now, according to The Hill, Special counsel Robert Mueller has requested various documents tied to President Trump specifically and a number of his associates, as according to multiple reports across different networks. Now, Mueller has subpoenaed a witness, and we don't know who this witness is, for all communications between that person and a number of people, including President Trump, with the requested documents, including emails, work documents, text messages, telephone logs, and other records spanning back to November of 2015. Now, who are these people? Well, they include Hope Hicks. Now, this is communications between their witness and Hope Hicks, Stephen Bannon, Roger Stone, Carter Paige, Michael Cohen, Keith Schiller, Rick Gates, Corey Lewandowski, and Paul Manafort. So that is a pretty big group of Trump insiders, people that were close to the president, despite the fact that every one of these people now, Trump's going to be like, oh, no, hardly even talk to him, ever. No, witch hunt. Did I mention that it was a witch hunt? It's a witch hunt. Now, okay, so look, some of these names are really, really big, especially considering that Hope Hicks is on here. Hope Hicks is one of Trump's, or was one of Trump's closest advisors. That's somebody that Trump turned to. Look, and I don't know if I believe the rumors, but there are rumors going around that they had a little bit more of a closer relationship than just being an advisor. But regardless, she was a pretty close advisor, and we know how Trump has no ability to. He has no personal restraint, no ability to hold himself off from saying stupid things. So look. Does she know something? I don't know. It's Stephen Bannon. Now, Bannon, look, a lot of this entire thing, of course, this investigation is, a lot of it is based on collusion. And the rest of it, and I think the most important part of it, is actually on financial crimes related to the Trump empire. Now, I think you're going to have a lot more success going after Donald Trump if you talk about his crooked finances. Wonderful. So we're going to do that. And I think that's the most interesting part of that about this. Now, that said, Stephen Bannon, I don't think Stephen Bannon knows anything. Stephen Bannon is too much of a nationalist. And that's me defending Stephen Bannon, okay? He's a white nationalist. Do you think he's going to be hanging out with and sanctioning talks with Russia? No, of course not. I don't think he's at all interested in it. Nonetheless, you also have Roger Stone. Roger Stone, very interesting character on that. He actually came up with some of the theories that President Trump is going to fake mental illness or whatever to try to get out of this investigation. I don't know. But Carter Paige is actually one of the most interesting people, followed by Hope Hicks. In fact, look, we know a lot about Carter Paige. Before getting into the Trump campaign, this was, pre-2015. So this is pre-Trump campaign. There was an FBI investigation into a Russian spy ring. Now, look, did the Russians spy on us? Absolutely. Do we spy on the Russians? Absolutely. Do we spy on our own allies? Do we spy on Germany? Yes. Does Germany spy on us? Probably. We spy on each other, even if we're allies, and especially if we're not allies. So, look, the revelation that there was a Russian spy ring is not really that big of a deal because, look, countries spy on each other. They want to get advantages over each other. Of course, that's geopolitics for you, 101. Now, how Carter Paige played into it is that Russian spy ring tried to recruit Carter Paige. They described him as an ambitious climber eager to make money in Russia's energy sector, which is primarily fossil fuel. That is one reason why we should be against Russia, because they're trying to push fossil fuels on the world. If you had a problem with Hillary Clinton pushing fracking on the world, then you should also have a problem with Russia pushing oil and fracking onto the world. It's the same thing. governments pushing fossil fuels in order to make money. We as progressives are against that. Now, Victor Podobny, this is an officer in the SVR, Russia's Foreign Intelligence Agency. He told his boss, Igor Sporyshev, that, quote, this is in reference to Carter Page, he got hooked on Gazprom. It's obvious that he wants to earn lots of money. Money through corruption. Now, Podobny is officially an attaché to the Russian mission of the UN. Now, he told Paige that he would work with Sporyshev as Russia's trade representative in New York to win contracts for Paige. In fact, quote, this is Podobny telling Sporyshev on April 8th, 2013, quote, he went to Moscow and forgot to check his inbox, but he wants to meet when he gets back. I think he's an idiot and forgot who I am. Podobny noted that Paige wrote him emails in Russian to, quote, practice, and said that he flies to Moscow more than I do. So, yes, Carter Page is definitely a foreign agent. So I think he's really interesting, and I would, if I were Mueller, I would want to see contacts between Carter Page and anybody else that Carter Page had communications with, and what Carter Page told the rest of the campaign, because this really hinges on whether or not Trump knew about this stuff beforehand and was fine with it. So we're trying to figure out what Trump actually knew about this whole thing. But I am kind of curious, who is that witness? That is an unnamed witness that Mueller is trying to get documents from. Could it be George Papadopoulos? I don't know. He did make a plea deal with the FBI earlier, but you would think that we already have all the information from him. Could it be Michael Flynn? I don't know. He's unnamed, or she is unnamed, so we're not entirely sure what that person may or may not know. But that is very, very interesting. Now, another piece of this, which is also interesting, is that NBC News reported last week that Mueller's team is asking questions about whether Trump knew about hacked emails from Clinton's campaign before the public found out. Now, look, I thought those emails were very, very important. That's, of course, I'm referring to WikiLeaks, because we found out the DNC machinations against Bernie Sanders and how they were helping the media not only elevate Donald Trump during the election, but also to crush Bernie Sanders during the primary and to prevent any progressive from getting into office and challenging the neoliberal establishment. Now, WikiLeaks, of course, says, "Oh no, we didn't give him access to that. We didn't hack anything. Our sources are not Russian. Whether you believe them, that's really up to you." But that's what they're saying. We didn't have any contact with the Russians. We didn't really have any contact with the Trump campaign or anything like that. We just released files that we released emails from the DNC. And again, I think that their role in doing that was incredibly important and taught us and showed us a lot of what we already knew, but also highlighted the corruption inside of the establishment. But nonetheless, the subpoena indicates that Mueller may be focused not just on what Trump campaign's aides had known and when they knew it, but also on what Donald Trump himself had known. And that's what's really important, because it shows that this investigation is now turning towards Donald Trump. Now, look, on collusion, I don't know if Donald Trump's smart enough to collude with Russia. I don't think has enough patience. I think there's a lot of progressives out there, or, well, not progressives, I should say more members of the liberal establishment, that think, no, Donald Trump had this whole evil plan to go and win the election. No, I think he's just an idiot and took advantage of what he thought was a good deal. Again, I don't have any proof of this, but knowing Donald Trump from, studying him and what he does, he doesn't have like the patience or the brain power to hatch a scheme in order to win an election. He's an idiot, and he probably, again, no proof here, but I'm just speculating at this point. I think he took advantage of an offer. Oh, no, you help me win? You help me be a winner? Okay, what do I do for you? oh, lift the sanctions, I can do that, which he hasn't done. But he also hasn't enforced any new sanctions that Congress passed overwhelmingly. That should be a little bit of an issue. And he refuses to protect our own elections. Now, here's the thing. I actually do care about interference, not just Russian interference, but any interference from a foreign power. I know looking at American interference into other countries' elections, I know that, look, that's not something that I would want to be, have happen to my country. I don't want other countries meddling in our elections. I don't want to meddle in other people's elections. So knowing that perspective, having that perspective of being in a country that loves to meddle in other elections, I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong when they meddle in ours. I think it's wrong when we meddle in theirs. So we need to, but the conversation that we're having, unfortunately, a lot of people think that if you're going to take a stand and protect yourself from meddling, well, then you've got to go to war. No, I'm not at all in that position. I'm not at all in that camp. What I think we should do to protect our own elections is we should worry about making sure that our elections, and I'm not saying that our elections were hacked or anything like that, but I'm saying that if you move away from machines and go to paper ballots, well, that's the way to really solve it. Hand-counted paper ballots. You make sure that they're 100% verifiable, the results, and that everything is accountable. And another way to help with to make sure that there is no ambiguity in elections, make sure that more and more people get involved. Vote. I mean, look, universal registration, that'd go a long way. You can't mess with voter registration if everyone's registered. You can't really mess with voting machines if we all have paper ballots. There are simple ways that we can actually fix our election system and actually make it better for Americans, because really, and I've said this before, our elections are more at stake from being, or I should say, our elections are more susceptible to right-wing voter suppression than we are from Russia or other countries, even though that they have attempted to meddle. I think we've had much more meddling from the American right wing that has actually tried to actively stifle voting. We don't talk about them as much as we should. That should be the main focus of a lot of these investigations, is that, yes, you know what we should do? We should actually look into strengthening our elections. And by doing so, by, again, universal voter registration, hand-counted paper ballots, simple things like that, getting rid of those voting machines, making sure that everybody is registered, making sure that everybody has a voting holiday, eliminating the Electoral College. That is another fantastic way to be able to protect and make sure that our elections have actual integrity. If we're not actually doing these things, if the people in the center, the centrist, whatever donut Twitter, the ones that are screaming so much about Russia, don't actually acquiesce and try to do these simple demands and these simple changes, then they're not actually legitimately worried about interference in our elections. And they're just using it to push a political narrative. That narrative would be used to, of course, shut down the left, shut down certain free speech in America, shut down progressive political opinions, and on and on and on. So yes, we have to fight against that. While Russian meddling is absolutely true, and I do believe that they did meddle in this election, we have ways of protecting our elections that we should enact. And I think at the end of the day, we do have an issue with overhyping and over-dramatizing the impact without actually coming up with real solutions. And we need to work on the solutions part. And going to war with another country, not a solution. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.